Welcome back to my channel and happy Friday. I am glad to see all of y'all here back for another edition of my Blogger's Corner. So today I had planned to talk about, influencer marketing and pitching to different companies and what influencers do right, what we do wrong, what we can improve on, and how to really craft your pitch. So this had been the plan, something I planned on talking about for a couple weeks now. And the other day, I think it was about a week ago, I was, made aware of this story that I guess everybody's talking about. Bloggergate is what I've heard it called. It's, if you haven't heard of it, it's this blogger had sent a pitch to this cafe, hotel in Dublin called the White Moose, and it just blew up. It was not pretty. The owner of the cafe blasted her on social media. He, I guess, blocked out her name, but not very well because everybody found it. Then she made a video saying that she was exposed and how embarrassed she felt, and then he went on to make a follow-up video about it, and it's just all been a big mess, and the comments are a mess, and it's just been a big debacle in the blogging world. And I'm not here to take either side, really. Like, I think the guy was rude, but it's also his business, and we're gonna talk a little bit later in this video kind of about this situation and how we can use it as influencers to grow and improve our craft and make people understand that we are a legitimate business. We are not just, out for freebies. We're not just out for ourselves. We're working. What's the difference between us and an advertising agency? There's not much. Honestly, there doesn't have to be much of a difference between you as an influencer and somebody that's a private advertising agency. That's kind of what I'm here to talk to you about today, and that's why I wanted to bring up this White Moose story, because if anybody saw it, they saw this girl's pitch. Now, she has a pretty decent sized social media following. She's pretty big following here on YouTube. I wouldn't say she's giant, but hey, she's bigger than me. So you go, girl, do your thing. Now, I want to start off this video with just breaking down her pitch, and then I'm going to get into the video I had planned to bring you guys originally, talking about pitches, and it's just something that I feel like I have to touch on now since it's happened, and it's everywhere. And it's sad because I feel like it's discouraging a lot of newer influencers. I have heard from newer influencers, I'm scared to reach out to companies now because of this, or I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. And I see everybody saying in the comment section, get a real job. And, if you had a real job, you could afford your stay and this and that. And I just want to preface this by saying, don't listen to them. It's a real job. We make real money, and we are providing a benefit if we do it correctly. So I just don't want anyone to get discouraged because of this situation, but I want to be able to use this White Moose situation as something that we can learn from and grow from. So we're going to break down this girl's pitch. First thing she says was like, hey there. Not personalized at all. I'm just kind of going off memory of it. It's like, hey there, my name is, I will be here at this date at this time. I would like, to trade some stay time for advertising. I would feature you on my Instagram, which has this many followers, my YouTube, which has this many followers. And basically at the end, she's like, and I worked with Universal Studios and it's been wonderful for them. And that was basically the extent of her email. And yes, the guy went in on her. And he shouldn't have. He was very rude. He could have just responded to her privately, but that's not his thing. Yeah, he was gonna blast her for the world to see. That is his thing. And it's hard to talk about. It's sad because it does get me angry, and it gets me emotional because he is so rude, and it's not even really him. Like, I think he's rude, but I think he's a genius when it comes to marketing. So I will say that. He's a very intelligent man, even if he is rude. What makes me more upset is the comment section in these videos talking about how bloggers need to get a real job and they're not real, you know, whatever. We give no benefit to society. We're leeches. We just want free stuff, this and that. And that's what upsets me more than what he did, because I will give it to him. The man's a smart businessman. He flipped this around and he has made money off of it himself. He has gotten himself exposure. He didn't have to give a free stay. He didn't have to do anything. But I'm getting off topic here. Back to the pitch. So this girl's pitch was terrible. It's a prime example of what we should not be doing. Okay? She didn't personalize it. She made the pitch about herself. You know, she didn't give any specifics, and she obviously did not research this company before she sent her email, because if she had, she would have seen videos on their YouTube channel, posts on, you know, their Facebook that have been controversial, have talked negatively about bloggers in the past, and she just would have known, let's not pitch this guy because it's not going to end well. And, you know, that being said, she didn't deserve the treatment that she got, but she did have a bad pitch. I'm going to leave it there. If you want to know anything else about this situation, you can either ask me below. You can go check it out yourself. I'm not going to link it because I don't really want to give this guy more exposure than he already has. But yeah, so let's get into, you know, the video that I want to make. So now that we have seen what a bad pitch is, let's talk about what a good pitch is. So the first thing you want to do, and I call this the pre-pitch, is you want to research. Like I said, this girl did not research this company. It looks like it was obviously a copy and pasted pitch that was sent to multiple different hotels that she was trying to get to stay at. That's your first step, is you need to start researching the companies. And I don't just mean like a little bit here and there. You want to really dig into it. You want to research their social media. You want to find them on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, and just learn all you can. You want to know their mission statement. You want to know their core values. And you also want to look for press releases from them, and you would want to see what their past campaigns have been. Either traditional marketing or influencer marketing. You can look into their past campaigns, see what they've done, see what works for them, see what hasn't worked for them, and that way you know where to aim your pitch. You know what they've done, you know what they like, you know, hopefully you've learned the PR person's name. You can research that as well. A good place to find that is LinkedIn. You can follow them as a business, and then you can usually see all of the employees. And you can find different employees, and usually it'll have like the brand marketing or the PR or somewhere along those lines, and you can, start following them, reach out to them that way. So that's something you really want to do. Just do your research. Find out the name of the person that you're gonna, that you want to be talking to. You want as much information about this company as possible for when you do your pitch. Another thing you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to follow them on social media. Not necessarily the individual employee, but the brand itself. So you go find them on Instagram, go find them on Facebook, go find them on Twitter, and follow them. Set your notifications to especially like on Instagram, you can have like a notify of post, and I do this all the time. So it'll notify you when this particular person posts. That way you can be real quick with the like and comment, and that will show that you are proactive. Now, you want to engage with them. You don't want to just follow them and then 5 seconds later send them your pitch email. This is a long game. This isn't the short game. This is the long game to try to get you, a really good pitch and a working relationship with the brand that can extend beyond just, one sponsored post. It can turn into an ambassadorship. It can be multiple posts. It can be, attending events. We're trying to build relationships with these companies, not just make a quick dollar. So you're gonna follow them. You want to follow them for a little while. Like their posts, engage with them, comment, share. Just be authentic and genuine. Let them know what you like. Like, hey, I really like this. This is my favorite product out of your line. you know, just be authentic because and engage with the brand. That will put you on their radar. They will see your name, they'll recognize your name, they'll recognize your social media. You're on their radar now. Now, after a little while, you are ready to pitch. You've done your research, you're following them on social media, you know names, you know what works, what doesn't, what kind of, you know, what their mission statement is and their core values of their company. And now you're ready to pitch. So, definitely use their name. We're just gonna go with it because like I said, the girl in the white suit, it was hey there. And I have a feeling, I mean, we didn't see her pitches for other companies, but it was probably copy and pasted, so she didn't insert the names. Hey there, you know? And if you can find out their name, it's, you know, Mr. So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so. And it's okay to be kind of casual, but using their name is just a big thing that will really help get you a little bit more attention because for one, it does show that you did your research. You also want to use the name of the company. She did not in her post use the name of the company, which again tells me that it was copy and pasted. She never once said at the White Moose Cafe, she said at your establishment or something along those lines, which again shows me that it's copy and pasted. And sorry about that. Most PR will kind of overlook that and just not want, they don't want copy and pasted pitches because they get them all the time. These people are weeding through hundreds and hundreds of pitches a day probably, and you know, you want to stand out. You don't want to be, oh, it's another copy and paste. They didn't pay attention. They didn't do their research. No, you want to stand out and make yourself stand out. So do your research and personalize your pitch. Now, you want to tell them in so few words what you're going to do for them. Not what they can do for you, not what free stuff you want, not how much compensation you want, what your brand can do to improve their brand. What do you bring to the table that's good for them? Because that's what they care about. They don't care about you. You know, they don't probably even care that much about, hey, I have X amount of followers. Like, I never bring up how many followers I have unless I am specifically asked, which is very, very rare. I don't bring up I have this many followers on Instagram or this many page views on my blog. I do bring up demographics more so. Like, you know, the people that read my blog are, you know, 85% females between the age of 25 and 35. The majority of those being mothers, because that is who I cater to. The majority of those mothers have, you know, children between this age and this age. That is something that could be beneficial for a brand to be aware of. Because you want to make sure that you're marketing to a company that works for you, that works for your brand, that works for your audience. And the companies that you're working for want to make sure that they're marketing to the correct audience. Like, I'm not going to reach out to a menswear brand, because my audience is predominantly mothers between 25 and 35. So you have to make sure it fits and let them know why. They need to know why they want you and why they need you. Sorry, my glasses are all glaring today. So, but you need to make it short and sweet, because they don't have time to read your novel and your super long detailed pitch. They want to know, why should I work with this person? How is it going to benefit me? And then go from there. So once you've sent them a detailed pitch in so many words, you know, short and sweet, this is what you're gonna do and this is why. You know, you can end it with a little bit about yourself and your blog. You know, they do want to know a little bit about who they're gonna work with. You know, I would just put in, make sure you have links to your social media, to your blog, to anything relevant. You want to have links. I have links to everything in my signature in my email. That way it's automatically there. I don't have to think about putting it there. So that is something I do, and I just kind of point out like, hey, I have links to all my social media below if you would like to check into it. You don't want to do, especially on email number 1 on your cold pitch, you don't want to bring up money. You don't want to bring up what you want. You don't want to bring up money. You just want to bring an idea to the table. You don't want to pitch them and say, hey, for this amount of money, I'll do this for you. because that is gonna get you a quick ol' no or no response at all. So you want to make sure that you are benefiting them. Don't bring up money, don't bring up what you want, and you might want to just to realize you need to be flexible. Like for instance, with a hotel, if you're pitching a hotel, don't tell them this is the day I need, because this is the day I'll be there. Don't even mention what date you want, because that day might not work for them. But they might be like, well, if you want to do this day, or this day, we can offer you a discounted stay, or we can offer you a complimentary stay. You know, these are the days that we have available, and go from there. Because it's not always what you want, especially in this industry. You're working for them. You're trying to get them exposure. Yes, you want it to be mutually beneficial. You want to get paid, or you want, you know, whatever free product. I personally prefer getting paid. But it's not just a grab for stuff. It is providing a service. Influencer marketing it's the way of the future. It's been happening. It's going to continue happening. It's, you know, brands have really expanded their influencer marketing budgets. They have, you know, done way more campaigns, not just with celebrities either, with regular people like you and me, because you know why? I'll see if I can find it and link it down below, but I was reading something about how there was a study done that people are more likely to listen to recommendations from a blogger or a vlogger that they watch regularly and that they trust, as opposed to, you know, seeing it on TV or seeing celebrity advertisements. Because a lot of people feel like the bloggers and vloggers that they watch and read, they realize that they're real people with real lives, and that they realize, hey, it's disclosed that we have been paid to talk about this. But a lot of times they don't care about that as much, because they realize that we're real people. And we should only be taking on sponsorships with brands that we enjoy and we use anyway, and that we, you know, really want to push because we like them, and getting paid is a bonus. So, with that being said, influencer marketing is not going anywhere. To all the people that say get real jobs, this is my real job. This is what pays my bills. And I work very, very hard to build what I have and continue building my relationships with brands, my relationships with other influencers, and to just build what I have and give me the flexibility to go to events with my daughter, you know, to go on field trips and still be able to work and pay my bills and not have to take paid time off or take time off of work, because I'm flexible and I make my own schedule. You know, it is a real job. And I enjoy what I do. I enjoy working with brands. I enjoy helping other influencers. And I just really hope that no one gets discouraged either by, you know, this whole Bloggergate story, or because they get told no. Do you know how many times I have been told no in a pitch? A lot. A lot. But you know what? That's okay. No one has ever been as rude to me as that guy. But no one's ever been rude to me before at all. It's always just been, hey, we don't have it in our budget right now, or I just don't think it's a good fit. Maybe at another time. And the funny thing is some companies that have said no came back months later and contacted me. And, you know, hey, we would like to work together. So companies do contact you. It's not just influencers out for a money grab, out for free stuff, because I don't think a lot of people realize how many companies reach out to us. Like, I get emails, other influencers get emails wanting us to promote products, where they're cold pitching us, you know, and a lot of times we'll take on those opportunities, but a lot of times, you know, it's something that I either doesn't fit my blog or doesn't work for me financially. If it's something that doesn't want to pay and only wants to send a very small dollar product, it's something I just cannot financially do when I could be focusing my energy on something that is going to make me income, as opposed to basically working for free. Because all these people that say get jobs, get jobs, get jobs don't realize how many companies reach out to us wanting us to work for free, and that's just not going to happen. You know, I've talked about it before in other videos. We don't work for free. I don't work for free. Do you work for free? Do you, want to go to your job and spend 3, 4, 5 hours working on something and then for them to say, oh, just do it because you like it. You're not getting paid for this. Like, does that make sense to anybody? I get it. It doesn't seem like a real job, but it is. And I enjoy it. And I feel like I just went on this rant, but I feel like it's something that had to be said and it needed to be said and needs to be talked about, is the fact that we're all people, and why can't we just treat each other with respect despite our differences in occupation or what you may think is a real job or what you may think is not a real job, just because it doesn't fit into your shiny little mold of this is how it's always been, so this is how it has to be. Sometimes industries change. Things change, industries change, and we have to be flexible and, we have to find our own way, because I'm sure there's a lot of real jobs now that 10, 20, 30 years ago, people were like, I don't know about that being a real job. That's not, that's not a real job. So everything changes. And I just want to encourage other influencers and help them learn how to perfect their craft. And that's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to help others and just to really get the information out there that influencers aren't going away. We're going to continue to pitch companies, but we're going to improve our pitches. And we are going to improve upon the industry as a whole. And we are going to make ourselves known. And we are going to let people know that, yes, we are here. We are, we are beneficial to individuals. We are beneficial to companies. We're cheaper than traditional advertising and people trust us. So that's why we're doing this. And yes, we enjoy it. But does a lawyer not enjoy their job? Does getting joy out of your job make it any less of an occupation? Because I don't think so. I enjoyed being a paralegal, but that didn't make it any less of an occupation. So that's the note that I want to end on today. If you want to see more videos like that, let me know down below. Like this video, subscribe, hit the little bell so you never miss any of my Friday influencer posts or any of my other posts that I post during the week. If you want to talk more about pitching, I am going to be hosting a Facebook Live in my Facebook group, which I will link down below. It's called Blogging Break. I do a Facebook Live every single Friday. We talk about, anything concerning influencer marketing, blogging, vlogging, Instagram, photography. We cover it all. So I would love for you to join. I will leave that link down below. And yeah, just keep on pitching. Do your research, keep on pitching, and I will see you next time. Bye.